Okie dokie.
Alright.
A show is happening.
Says you.
I swears.
I invited all the MAGA trolls to come to the chat because they don't like me after I marched in Portland.
Is that when they started not liking you?
I mean, I think they've never liked me. So I
One,
don't need them
two.
to like me. I don't need them. Hey everybody, it's still America. That's why we're on the air. Hey, it's the Tara Show. So much happening here from Portland. We're not on fire, and neither are you. Trump should never invade American cities. Okay.
That's
Hi,
right. It is the
Devlin.
Tara Show.
It's triple Tara, because we've got Tara and Tara Jr.
He's
I
such
love
a
this
good
for
boy.
us.
He's such a
Crazy
good boy.
cat ladies. Crazy cat ladies reporting in from both coasts. Why is it crazy cat lady and never crazy dog lady?
There's a lot of it's misogyny. And also there is a strain of misogyny that runs through anti-cat bias, I have to say, because cats they embody, even though it's bullshit, of course, because people are people, but cats in many people's minds embody like female characteristics, like aloofness and like fuck
Moody,
off, that
selective with your affection.
selective, and dogs are just like yeah. What?
I love you, I love you, I love
Uh-huh,
you. And it's weird that Trump, who loves to be adored, doesn't like dogs. I mean, you would think he would have like 11 dogs around him at all times going, I love you, I love you, I love you.
No, he actually mocked Pence for having a cat. They took to the vice president's residence, and he thought that was incredibly weak, because he's a sociopath. So let's not forget that. And I'm just so sick of it. I really do feel like the bucket is to the top, and then it's every drip the bucket is overflowing with all over my angst and disgust for everyone that voted for what we're up against. I mean, how dare you? You should be ashamed of yourselves.
100%.
I will never forgive. I will never forget. But this country has got to get a grip and take it back from all of the effing unfit monsters who are in control. They're unfit.
Correct.
They don't deserve to be in power. They're a disgrace. They're a disgrace. So
correct.
Yeah.
Now, walking back to last Thursday when we last spoke. We live in such a crazy time that a jillion things have happened. That's beyond a billion, and a zillion. You get to a jillion. So for those either in the chat with us, and thank you, Jim, for always being here, people who are going to watch this later. I live in Portland, Oregon. It's not on fire. We are not at war. There is no battle going on here. We are not under siege. We are not creating a civil war here. We're fine. And on Friday, I went to my Senator Ron Wyden's town hall, because remember, he was with us on Thursday. And we were talking about Epstein and what happens if the government shuts down. And then it kind of clicked in my head after Trump threatened to invade Portland. He's mad at Ron Wyden. And he's punishing all of Oregon for it.
That's it.
Because my senator, who's the ranking Democrat on Senate Finance, is going after the Russian banks funding Jeffrey Epstein and the bank wires and all of that. And he told us this on Thursday, Representative James Comer is now following the money and bugging Treasury and wanting Scott Bessent to share what they've got on Epstein. So coincidentally, Friday, after he's made this stink about how we're pushing Epstein, I'm not saying Trump watches the Tara Show, because of course he doesn't. But my senator's clearly going after Epstein, and everybody knows this now. That makes sense for him to want to punish Oregon because of the liberal Antifa battalion here.
Oh, yeah, right.
And
It's
so
Antifa
let us
headquarters.
correct, and
Isn't that where it
it's
is? Uh-huh.
yes, I posted a photo actually. It's a great big blue building next to the Morrison Bridge with giant planters of greenery outside. That's Antifa HQ. What I love so much about Portland, our sense of humor has been really displayed since Friday, which is when the threats first really became concrete. And the videos of people like blowing bubbles and kids riding bikes through the fountain
Right.
and strolling
That's
through the
great.
farmers market and the geese assembling on the waterfront and people people enjoying voodoo donuts, even though those are just for the tourists, things like that. And so once we found out that they thought that they were going to try to invade us, and I will say also, the videos that people see of the ICE facility in Portland, which is located on our south waterfront here, it's one city block, okay? It's not the whole city. Our city is 146 square miles, by the way. I looked it up. And or 149 or something like that. I think it's 146. But anyway, one city block in this entire city where agitators specifically go at night only to create those crazy videos that you see. So remember everything that you saw in 2020 during BLM when they were, and that was even before the ICE facility stuff. That was downtown at the Federal Building. And they were around the Federal Building, and it was like 1 or 2 city blocks where all of that stuff was happening. And the rest of us were home because it was COVID and we were in lockdown. And so they just released a series of text messages between Trump and my governor, Tina Kotek. And it's so fucking embarrassing. If MAGA had any self-awareness, any self-respect, any wherewithal whatsoever, they would look at those texts and be so embarrassed. Because what Tina Kotek says, and what she said last night on Rachel Maddow, Trump has seen footage of Portland, possibly from 2020, and saw it recently, so he believes it happened recently. And that is not true. Yes, there's a handful of agitators who show up there in their black bloc. And Hal and I talked about this on his show yesterday. They're the anarchists, the ones who don't care about democracy, who aren't really anti-fascist. They just don't care. They want to disrupt. They want to set shit on fire. And then there are the MAGA people who come from outside of Portland, who film and try to stir up shit. Like there's this guy, Nick Shirley, who looks like he's about 14 and still doesn't have all of his adult teeth. And he filmed us marching. So what we did, and I'm connected to the local 50501. I'm emceeing the big 50501 protest, No Kings protest on the 18th. So we're in the middle of planning that. But when Trump was like, we're coming in, we got on our signal chat. And I'm like, we can't wait for the 18th. And everyone's like, yes, we're talking to Indivisible. Within 24 hours, we put together a protest in Portland, which took place on Sunday. And it's on my Twitter. It's on my Instagram. It's all across social. We had a very peaceful protest where our governor, Tina Kotek, and our mayor, Keith Wilson, marched with us, and I was right with them. Because I wasn't the MC for this one. It was just basically like the ACLU spoke, and then local people in government, like Representative Maxine Dexter, spoke. Then we marched, and we marched with the giant 50501 banner, and any videos or photos you might see from that, you see Governor Kotek, you see Mayor Wilson, and I'm just behind them holding a little megaphone. Not that this voice really needs one. But I'm chanting, we decided to chant things like, show Trump what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. And then we changed it to, show Trump what Portland looks like. Show the world what Portland looks like, because they don't know. If you've never been here, you don't know. And the other thing that I did was I wrote on my Substack the other day another open letter to Trump, because I had written him one in 2016 that predicts a lot of things that have happened. And so I linked to that. I was like, hey, listen, my Senator Ron Wyden has invited you to Portland for a personal tour where you can walk around our beautiful neighborhoods and see the beautiful things and blah, blah. He's not really an outdoorsy guy, though, right? You don't really see him outside unless he's on a golf course. So I let him know we have beautiful golf courses here in Portland. We also have a brand new Ritz-Carlton Figured that might impress him. You know, Ritz-Carlton is fancy business. Ritz-Carlton wouldn't go into a shithole city on fire, would it? No, it would not. So we also have really great steakhouses here, one of which I used to work for in my hosting days. The oldest steakhouse in Portland, family owned and operated since 1944. I was like, I can arrange for you to get a burnt steak with all the ketchup you want and a giant carafe of Diet Coke. Burn your steak, not our city.
He could probably arrange
Straight.
that too as the president. I think he has
But
people
still.
for that.
Yeah, probably, but I'm telling you, I still know everybody that works at Ringside. They're a good family. They're a good family of people.
They won't
There's
spit in his
also-
food
we-
or anything legally and peacefully. That I don't say doing
know
that
what?
to them, but no. Please
I
don't.
would even stand in the kitchen and watch them cook it. There is
Yeah,
also
no, they're professionals. They wouldn't do anything
Right?
like that. Yeah.
right?
I mean,
And
I'm
also
just kidding.
the Ringside onion rings, James Beard Award winning onion rings, best onion rings in America. Also,
love
there's
that.
El Gaucho. Oh, it's great. El Gaucho, which is in the Benson Hotel, is another amazing steakhouse here. All of the Portland Trailblazers eat there. When sports ball people come to Portland, they eat there. So, and I think one of the reasons, and I even said this, I don't know if I said this in my blog or in a tweet, Trump has never been to Portland because not enough famous people live here. Right? He can't. It's not a lot of people for him to use. Like, is he going to hang out with the Dandy Warhols or Gus Van Sant or Fred and Carrie from Portlandia? It's
No.
unlike Cheryl Strayed. He going to hang out with Cheryl Strayed and talk about Wild? I doubt it.
No, he wants to tear. He wants to tear the spirit out of Portland. He wants.
Not going to happen. It's not
Well,
going to happen.
this is what they do. This is what fascism does.
Right.
They don't like
But
freedom and people
No,
being
they
humans and enjoying
But
their
there is-
lives. Yeah,
Correct.
they hate that.
there is genuinely, aside from the fact there is no reason for the United States government to ever even threaten to invade a U.S. city, let alone put boots on the
I
ground.
mean, exactly.
No reason. No reason.
Well, this is
Again,
this is a culmination of the last 30 years that we've been witnessing since the
Yes.
Telecommunications Act of is it
Yes.
30 years or more? 40 years since the Telecommunications
It's,
Act.
it's
And-
30 because it was Bill Clinton in the mid 90s.
Yeah,
and
96,
Honestly,
and-
one of the few criticisms that I have about Bill Clinton's
Oh, yeah,
presidency
yeah.
is that he allowed that to happen. 'Cause it
Well,
never
that's
should have
probably the worst thing that he did. One of them, and this is all because of that whole New Democrat bull crap that went on back there, where they were trying to be the party of Wall Street, just like the party of, just like the Republican Party. They wanted some of that buku cash too. And that was the whole New Democrat thing. They were abandoning the New Deal, which much to their shame on them. But
Right.
and then when they asked Clinton about the Telecommunications Act of '96 and what the repercussions of it, the consequences of it, he said, "Oh well, no one could have predicted, or we were wrong about that." And that really annoys me because, of course, they knew what was going to happen. They're not stupid. I was in undergrad studying communications at the time, and we knew what was going to happen in my undergrad communications courses. We were discussing it. What a terrible thing it was, and that it was going to concentrate ownership. It was going to limit the amount of voices across the country. It was going to end up undermining a very necessary pillar of democracy. And
Correct.
here
and
we
it gave
are.
rise to that. Yeah, and it gave rise to the conservative talk radio landscape
Yes,
that
and that's it.
dominates AM.
Which is why we are in this boat. They dominate, and because these billionaires. I mean, this is what annoys me about the right. Besides everything else, is that for all of their conspiracy, they got the conspiracies under every rock. They don't see the oldest conspiracy unfolding right in front of our faces. Make the rich richer, and divide and conquer, especially along racial lines. I mean, how can you not see this? The concentrated message of the billionaires separating people, distracting them. And I don't know. I know you're on a roll here, but I don't know if you.
No, it's
I wanted
fine.
to show you something. Where is it?
I want to see anything you want to show me.
Okay.
There's a lot going on all
yeah.
at once.
Well,
yes,
this is when
So
I had it up
embarrassing.
before. But yeah, okay.
Right.
So, everybody, chill out for a second. So
It's
this
just
is
another way
Caroline
for the world to mock us.
Yeah, Caroline Leave It. Caroline Leave It tweets 3 hours ago. Happening today at the White
It's
House.
live it. She has liabilities.
Live It. Caroline Live It. Says, happening today at the White House. The White House is planning to unveil a direct-to-consumer website, Americans to buy drugs, whatever, dubbed Trump RX. Go fuck off. Excuse my language. Trying not to curse as much. That's my New Year's resolution. As well, I mean, I'm sure I'll fail. I immediately fail. As I got to get a head start on it. So, as well as announce that Pfizer plans to lower prices, whatever. It's all bullshit, of course. But okay, hold on to your stomach. I know you're having stomach problems, but try not to.
I'm a little under the weather.
Yeah, try not to vomit.
Yes.
I'll
try.
They're not kidding here, guys. Look at the posts underneath. We all know that Twitter is a cesspool, right? It's Russian bots. Yes.
Can we make ivermectin over the counter?
Yes, and she's not kidding. And I posted, what is with the Trumpanzees and the need to take anti-parasitic horse pills, right? And
did anybody respond?
Not yet. But and then they're responding to this lady. For top quality ivermectin and fenbendazole, look no further than Richard Stores. Their products are trusted and effective. But what the fuck? You still have to have a prescription, and none of my doctors in Oregon are willing to write it because it's not necessary, lady. What is with these maggots wanting to take
which
this
account
horse
is saying
pill?
that? Wait.
Rach 7777.
Fake. Okay, so let's
I don't know if it's fake.
Use this.
Well,
yeah,
here we go.
All right, let's pull up what it.
Joined in December 2022.
No, okay, and then look at her. Just look at her. Okay, so she's retweeting James Woods. That could be anybody.
Yeah, of course.
She might be. I'm gonna go through this in real time.
She doesn't have a lot of.
Yeah, okay, let's look at it. It
There's
doesn't.
no okay. First, you want to see if they have any original posts. If their first posts are always a retweet of somebody really terrible.
He's
Okay, so she
spinning.
joined in
his
2022. She joined in 2022. She's got a low follower and following account. That is a good giveaway. I'm not saying everybody has to have millions
I mean,
of followers.
a lot of these maggots,
but-
they don't have like hundreds of thousands of followers. These people, that's
But they
even
also
more
do a lot of
suspicious.
follow back stuff. And so, okay, so keep scrolling because the first thing is a James Woods retweet. So that should be a dead giveaway, but keep going.
I just was going to look up that quote, if that's a spurious quote, because they're famous about posting
just
bullshit. That's what they do.
Okay, okay. So she's retweeting Clay Travis, who's terrible. Keep going. She's retweeting Ted Nugent. Just fuck all of this. Retweet. Everything's a retweet. She's fake. Okay, she's fake because she doesn't have any original posts.
Well, she
that we
did
can
it.
see.
That's not a retweet though. Her asking is ivermectin
That
going to
doesn't
be
matter.
over the counter.
That's a response. That is a response. That's not an original tweet. Bots are programmed to respond in weird ways. I get all of these. I don't know if you get them, but it's like, yeah, that seems to be a compelling issue. So-and-so is my broker, and he says they're all Wall Street Bitcoin bots. So a rich.
Oh, well, that's,
first of all, the other giveaway, the 5, is it 4 or 5 numbers in a row? That's a giveaway.
Yeah, but what
The bunch of numbers bots. She
don't
is
know.
fake. She can
Okay.
respond, but she can't write original tweets. Okay, so you don't respond to her, you block.
I
Because if you
mean,
respond to her,
but
listen
Go
to
ahead.
mother.
I'm listening.
When you respond to these bots, other bots are then signaled to come and swarm you. That is what they are designed to waste your time.
Well-
I'm continuing to advise, if you're on Twitter, don't respond to anyone who's not a sitting member of Congress or has a giant MAGA influence.
But what the
Someone
fuck
who's
is,
got-
excuse my language. See, there I failed.
You don't have
again.
to
I
excuse
failed
your
again.
language. We're allowed to cuss.
I know, but
It's a tough time.
it's a personal
That is a
choice.
bot programmed. So what you did was you used the word ivermectin. You used
No,
ivermectin
I didn't
in
use
your response
anything.
to
I
horse pills.
just looked
You're
at.
under an ivermectin thing.
Yeah, but I looked
Bots
at. She
are programmed by
responded.
words.
Yeah, but why? Look, okay. She
She's
responded
fake.
to Caroline Leavitt asking for ivermectin. For what reason?
Bot.
You know, a bot
Because
wants us
of
to
the-
take ivermectin, I
Yes.
guess?
That is one of the keywords. Like they'll find, you put ivermectin in a tweet and you will get crazy QAnon responses. I'm telling you, that is one of the keywords. You put in anything that triggers the right in your tweet and you're going to get all of these shit ass responses. Trust me. I have
All right.
lived this.
Well, I mean...
Okay? Fake. Just don't.
Is all of it
block
fake?
them.
I mean, whatever. I'm just saying, if it's a bot or not.
I would have
why?
I would have to go through it. The whole point is to continue to boost the fake messaging that they should take it. We should be blocking it, not only if you wanted to. You could screenshot that so your followers know this is fake. You know this is fake because why? Do not respond to this. If anyone comes for you, block without responding. They are designed to trigger your emotion response, so you respond. Trust, I have learned this the hard way. Why do you think I got those fucking texts? It's all how they all work. The way you can figure out if
fake.
anybody.
Well, here's somebody.
If you ever
She's
want to
posting
know,
her, it looks like children.
Okay, fine. If you ever want to know if someone's real, there's a whole bunch of ways to do it. First of all, never respond to anybody without checking their profile first. Never, ever, ever, unless you know it's somebody in Congress or in the media.
Let me
Go
check this
look at their profile. Here's what you look at. First, look at when they joined. Okay? Look at their follower count versus their following count. Look at their very top tweet. If their top tweet is always retweeting someone who's a great big MAGA influencer, sus. Their profile photo is also, someone said, look at their profile. The avatar is often a giveaway too. First of all, if they have the plain gray default one, don't even.
No, I'm
just
going to look at this. Yeah.
Right? Then there's the bunch of number bots family where it's like MAGA Patriot 1776 5432 1754. Fake. Okay? Fake. If they have the eagle. If on their profile their banner photo is the staged this from Butler, 99% of the time that's a fake account. They love that assassination photo to use that. I'm trying to think other giveaways in a profile if it's fake. If the avatar. Gray avatar from default when you join Twitter, if they're still using that, fuck them. They're absolutely fake. A lot of the fake bots like to use anime characters as their avatar. They'll use an AI of some sort, either an AI of Trump or an AI where it's like the eagle and a gold cross. A lot of the fake accounts have a cross next to their name. So, again, it's about verifying and then trust. And again, you want to fight with a bot,
I'm not fighting anything. I'm just pointing out
I'm not
the bullshit,
saying
you know?
I'm using the royal you, the royal we. We troll them because the truth matters to us. We block them because we don't have to accept harassment as a built-in part of our online experience. They block us because they hate the truth we tell. For me, at this point, and Hal and I talked about this yesterday also, because everybody in his chat room was like, get off Twitter, stop supporting Nazis. And I'm like, no, here's what we have to do. We have to stay there and not let Nazis run us out of anywhere, first of all. Also, all the Republicans are on Twitter. They're not on. They're not.
But you gotta like wade through a sewer. Frankly, it's
so. And the other thing that I've tried to do to kind of manipulate my personal algorithm instead of looking at my For You tab, which is definitely not for me anymore. I just like keep my following tab open on my phone, and that way I'm seeing people who I know who follow me back, who I follow, and we can continue to, keep pushing the truth out there. But again, if you, for whatever reason, if you're still on Twitter and you're not sure, screenshot it, tweet me, hey Tara, is this real? And I will help you because I don't want you wasting your time and I don't want anyone taking advantage of you online. So learn from me, learn from my experience, learn from us. And if I'm going to be a target, and I said this yesterday on Hal's show also, if I'm going to be a target, I want people to be able to learn from it. Okay?
I'm just looking up
And I
this
want you to-
lady's face to see if it's.
I mean, she looks like any other lady, right? She's a very generic looking woman. She doesn't look threatening. She doesn't have purple hair. She doesn't look
I'm just
in any
wondering
sort
if
of
it's,
way.
if it's
I don't know.
connected
She
to
looks
an
like someone I
account.
might have been on. Right. She looks like she could live in Portland. Who cares? That's not the point. And that's also part of it also. Make her look as real as possible. There's a huge controversy right now. I don't know if you saw this. It's a little off topic, but somebody in Hollywood invented an
No
AI
matches.
actress.
No matches.
Okay? See, she's
Uh-huh.
fake. Somebody,
She's not
it's a big
fake.
story in
Okay,
No,
go
no,
ahead. So
listen.
what happened? Tell me. Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, if the Variety Twitter account is reporting, somebody created an AI actress and gave her, I don't remember what the name is. Like it's like Tilly or something like that, something ridiculous. But she looks like a little cute Sydney Sweeney adjacent, could have been on a Euphoria Gen Z presentation. And people are very angry about this because if an AI can steal work, acting work,
Oh yeah,
from
that's
talented
bullshit.
human beings, we're going down a bad road.
Yes.
This is the same thing. This is the exact same thing with AI being the devil and being like, I understand that AI can be used for good things. Like they're saying AI can look at DNA sequencing and figure out where the diseases grow and how we can eliminate diseases.
Wow.
Fabulous. Use it for that. That sounds great. Do not use it to deep fake people into buying ivermectin or, believing that Portland is on fire when it's not, or creating people who don't exist. That's where you're getting into the Terminator realm of, oh no, Skynet is going to kill us all. So, there are times where AI is great, like when we can use it to create Gavin Newsom memes to mock MAGA not being able to cope. That is not a real human being. And look how pretty she is.
It's really
Yes, you should.
messed up. This is fucked
Look at that.
up.
And it looks like she's on a real red carpet. It looks like she's at a real premiere. That looks like real paparazzi behind her. This is fucked.
This is really
This is very dangerous.
No, I'm so sick
That
of
is
it.
super dangerous.
It's just the way that people, it's the powers that be. All these, Mark Zuckerberg assholes and Jeff Bezos and all that. We are
Right?
nothing. We are nothing to them.
Right?
They could turn us into Soylent Green. They would. So why hire an actual actress with talent that you have to pay when you can have an AI
Who might
put
right.
all the emotions
Who might
into
push back? Who might be a difficult woman and say, no, I won't show my breasts.
Yeah, or right.
but
or
the
really
AI will.
needs to
This
sleep.
AI, she
needs
does
to
full
eat.
frontal.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus
Right.
Christ.
That AI doesn't need to be paid. That AI doesn't need a trailer.
And
that AI
if
doesn't come with
anyone,
a team.
yeah, if people accept this, we're
There
doomed.
should be no
There
huge
should be no
pushback.
acceptance. It's like the other night
None.
when I was doing my Tara Buster show and I was going on about the billionaires, how billionaires are anathema to freedom and democracy. We have a constitutional crisis in the country. It's called billionaires, and
Yes.
we got to do something about it. And some dumb bastard jumped on the chat and was like, I have a great life because I work at home remotely, and thanks to a billionaire. No, I mean, talk about not being able to, not having any grasp of history or the reality of what human beings were up against in that made, let's say, the 8-hour workday, the benefits, all the other things that this idiot sitting wherever the hell he is thinks that came because billionaires felt like trickling it on him and us because they were generous.
Because they want your money.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it's just, it
and
happened
by the
through
way-
blood, sweat, and tears, and people going to jail,
Right.
and people being killed, and people, standing up and understanding who the problem is. It's greed.
Correct.
Greed. And it's
Correct.
always been. Enough
Correct.
for everybody's need, but not for everyone's greed, as Gandhi said. So,
Correct. And let us also point to the nearly trillionaire Elon Musk, who
Oh,
is
fuck
controlling
that.
the algorithm on
Yep.
Twitter, correct? And so, we all remember the texts that I got, and I had to talk to the FBI, and you were on the phone with me when I called the FBI, which is so great. I was at my Senator Ron Wyden's town hall last Friday, and though I didn't get a chance to speak with him, ask a question, because they did it very democratically and they gave out raffle tickets for everybody to ask questions, and there was a whole other thing going on with that.
Did you
But
see him?
afterwards,
Did you say hello to him?
Yes. Oh, by the way, I want you to know, we haven't had a chance to talk about his press conference yet. The town hall. He referred to our podcast multiple times.
Really?
He was just on with us the day before, right?
On the stage?
Yes.
Awesome.
On the town hall. At the town
great.
hall, which I live streamed the
wonderful.
entire thing. And by the way, it was
Oh.
90 minutes. He was on for 90
Wonderful.
minutes. I was right in the front.
And you live
and he
streamed the whole
waved to me
thing?
when he first came out.
Jeez. Oh,
I live
nice.
streamed the whole thing on my Twitter.
That's great.
And I mean, it's still there if you want to go back and
Oh,
look
yeah,
at
I
it. But he
didn't-
kept saying, you know, when
I'll
I was
check
on
it
town,
out.
saying, because there were people in the audience who were yelling at him out of turn about Palestine and Gaza,
Oh, mhm.
and we never got to anything really substantive that impacts the people who live in Oregon, because people were yelling at him and people had to get removed. And one guy yelled that Israel has no right to exist, and I was like, you don't know.
Oh, no.
So, you know. But yeah, he saw me in the front and he kept saying, you know, yesterday when I was on Tara's show, and everybody really should be watching Tara's show because it's so excellent.
Wonderful.
He plugged us multiple times. And so
great.
after-
Well, I got to
Yes.
get those clips, okay, to make
It-
promos from.
And I
all right?
will, when we're off the air, I will find my tweet and I will,
Yeah,
send
send it to me. Send it to me as your phone,
I shall.
from your phone.
I shall. I
Okay.
shall. But afterwards, when we spoke privately, when it was all over, I'm concerned about what happens with the Epstein files if the government shuts down. And he was great. He leaned in very quietly. He was like, you know, we're gonna win. When he comes back
that's
to court,
lovely.
he
I
was
like
like,
that.
you're fantastic. You're my favorite. When I'm back in Portland, we're gonna get a nosh. I love him. What a mensch. But I did meet his chief communications advisor. And I emailed him this morning before we were on together, because they were he's very interested in the threatening texts and the subsequent tweets. And the senator is very, very interested, depending on what happens with the shutdown, because he's not just the ranking Democrat on Senate Finance, he's also on the Senate Intelligence Committee.
Mm-hmm.
He's very interested in my idea of holding a hearing where I and other liberal influencers who have been cyber harassed and stalked and swatted and doxxed can come and testify before.
Oh. Well, put
Sen-
me
a
on
Senate
that
committee.
list, because I have a whole catalog of
I know you
harassing.
do. I know you do.
yeah.
I mean, I think that if we got, you know, 4 or 5, like 5 of us, you, me, Brooklyn Dad, JoJo from Jers, because they have really gone after her, and you know, someone else, I
wow.
don't know. But and it should be a balance. It can't be like all women, because we should have the representation of people of color who have also gotten it.
Of course.
But the point being, most of America's not on Twitter and doesn't understand how MAGA operates. And one of the things that I said to both the senator and his state director, who's an amazing woman, and we're like gonna get coffee and like hang out. When my harassment happened, and I shared the same information across all my socials, I posted it everywhere I have an account. Twitter was the only place where my harassment got worse. Everyone else believed me. Everyone else was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Everyone else had a normal human response of, are you okay? Are you safe? Do you need to go someplace and hide? Like, are you okay? People I had not heard from in a long time found out about it. Like, just people who, like your friends on social media, but maybe you don't interact that much. Someone I used to hook up with almost 10 years ago, who I don't really see ever. He was like, you know, if you need a place to stay, just let me know. And I was like, really, what would your wife and 5-year-old think about that? But I didn't. But anyway, like kindness, right? It's just basically the point of the kindness. On Twitter, again, most of the responses are fake and don't hurt my feelings, and I blocked them all and la la la. But there were enough humans. They thought I faked it. They thought that I bought a burner and
that's how
texted
they-
myself and made these threats. And who does
Yeah.
that?
Well, they do
Who does
this.
that? I don't.
Everything is fake that they don't like.
Everything that we don't like
Everything
is fake. The fake news is fake. Everything about Trump we don't like is fake.
Right. Everything is
so
just,
what I'm hoping
is,
yeah. So what I'm hoping is like, and like I say it over and over, this has to if this is happening to me, I want to make something good come out of it. It can't be for nothing. It cannot be for nothing. Right? It can't. Because letting them get
a lot of things are for nothing.
Here it is. Here it is for me personally. And again, it doesn't have to be for anybody else's reasons. Everybody has their own reasons for everything they do and their own motivations for doing what they do.
Yes, ma'am.
So for me, it is. This is happening to me. I might as well make the most of it and say, here's how you can keep it from happening to you. If this happens to you, don't respond. Don't give them your energy. Don't give them your heart. Don't give them your anger. Don't give them your tears. Give them nothing. You give them nothing. Now, I got angry on Hal's show the weekend after it started because anger is justified. My anger on that is justified. You want to tweet me? I don't give a shit. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You're not going to make me sad. I have a very thick skin. It's when you think you can hurt me in real life. You try to do that in real life. You take it off of Twitter. It's disgusting. The landscape. And my here's a question for you, Devlin.
Yeah.
And for the chat at large.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. The horrific shit that we see on Twitter from MAGA has clearly spilled over into real life, and we see how people treat each other because social media has made it okay to be horrible. Mm-hmm. Why doesn't anything good from social media ever spill over into real life?
What do you mean? I mean, I think that good things can spill over. Like, I don't know.
I mean, like, here,
example
from
please.
Real life. Last week, my stupid Tylenol tweet went crazy viral.
Yes.
Crazy viral with now over 11 million engagements.
Oh, good for you.
11 million, right? Best tweet of my life.
Would you get like $1.29 for that, or?
I got a little more than that, actually. I got the biggest Twitter payout yet. If I'm going to squeeze money, and that was the other reason for me going back to the blue check mark, which I did in July, because the Epstein shit wasn't going away, and I was like, if I'm going to get threatened by MAGA, I'm going to make money from it. That's another way to justify staying there. Mm-hmm. I'm going to squeeze money out of Nazis. A Jew is going to squeeze money out of a Nazi? Yes. So mostly it was like right around like 44 or 45, $40, $25, like very meager pittance payouts every 2 weeks. This one was a little bit bigger. Not enough to pay the rent by itself, not enough to cover anything significant. But what it showed me was how, and I looked it up, the way they do all of the figuring of the money, it's only if other blue checks engage with you, other paid accounts. So, like, if 11 million non-blue checks had engaged with that, yes, $1.50 maybe. But because all of those bots can have blue checks now, $100. And not like, again, it's not what Tim Pool gets. It's not what Benny Johnson and his black loving DL Life gets. It's not what Cat Turd gets for their Russian propaganda. But it showed me how you can break through the algorithm and make a little scratch. But what it didn't do was change anything in my day-to-day. It didn't result in 11 million people buying my book. It didn't result in 11 million people paying for a Substack. It didn't result in 11 million followers anywhere. It didn't result in MSNBC or any other media place going, hey, that was really awesome what you did. Come on, Jimmy Kimmel. That didn't happen. The only thing that happened was I made it to Daily Cause as allegedly having quote-unquote worldwide interest. Yeah, show me. And the second one was I made Snopes. Snopes because MAGA was so triggered. And most of the responses were, they said don't take Tylenol if you're pregnant. The only reason the word Tylenol was even said is because Trump is such a mushmouth, he couldn't say acetaminophen. And the whole thing was really fucking stupid, but I would like to generate some goodness from it. And that was my take after I saw it blow up. Like, when was the last time we saw a real overnight success story on social media? Like, I don't even know. Like Colleen Hoover, who wrote It Ends With Us, all of a sudden she exploded on TikTok and got a book deal and a movie deal. And like her 5th movie is coming out or whatever. Here's me, the little match girl of Twitter, with this book that people love. People love my book. And I just got like a brand new great review on TaraDublinRocks.com. And I can also track this on Kindle because I'm self-published on Amazon for right now while I'm trying to get a proper book deal. I can see how many pages on the Kindle have been read. The day before yesterday, it was like 1,500 pages for this month. They just do it by the month. And then it'll reset tomorrow back to 0. So the day before yesterday, it was like 12 pages, which is, and my book is 391 pages. So it's, a handful. Not great. It's a hard time to be selling a book. Yesterday, it jumped from 1512 to 2534. Which means 3 people finished my book, almost 3 people finished my book overnight. Okay, that's awesome. I think I've proven over and over that I'm an untapped writing gold mine here, so that should spill over into real life. Like, this visibility, this productivity, I'm an untapped gold mine. I have proven it over and over and over and over and over and over. Let's go. Just like you have proven over and over and over and over and over, you know what you're talking about. You are an untapped gold mine yourself. All of us here in the independent media.
Untapped.
Untapped gold mines. Literally, because as we sit here, we know influencers are being paid in the hundreds of thousands of dollars to push Russian propaganda. There are people who do make money in the liberal sphere. Not us. We don't have a PAC backing us. We're doing this. I'm doing this for pennies a day. It's just the truth. And so what I want is just an outpouring of goodness. Like, there's so much negativity and so much hurt in the world. Just generate some goodness. It doesn't have to be giant, right? It's a small grassroots movement. Get the little match girl of Twitter a great big book deal. There's 135 people in our chat live with us right now. Bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Brandon says, you deserve to do a movie, Dublin. Thank you so much. I see it as more of a streaming series because I've written the sequel that my readers have been demanding. So I see this as a streaming series. Ellen Barkin wants to play the rock star's mom. Hal Sparks wants to be in it. All of my friends could be in it. You want to be in it, Devlin? You can be in it.
Yeah. You got to roll for me?
I would...
I mean, be
actually. Oh, I know what part I want you to play. Have you read the whole thing yet?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, I know what part I want for you. You could play a lesbian. You want to play a lesbian? I know it might be hard for you.
That's a little bit of typecasting. I'm sorry. But yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Is it a little too on the nose? Do you want to play a lesbian roadie? Because there's a part in there for a lesbian
I'd love
roadie.
that.
It's a significant moment, too. It's a very significant moment in the book. Cast, done, you're in it. All of my friends, I think about this all the time as part of my manifestation, because truly, and I think anybody who watches us regularly knows, well, you and I are very good people at heart, and we only want to see the best in the world for each other, and we say this all the time, right? It's why we do it. If I didn't care, I wouldn't do it, and I can't help. If I care about something, I will care about it with my entire being. I never do anything half-assed. I never go, meh. It's either all or nothing. And I think, and that's the way I am. That's the way I've always been. And that's just, and I don't, sometimes my energy is a little off-putting for people, and I totally get that. When it comes to creating goodness in the world, there's not enough energy for that. Absolutely. Because everybody is feeling the weight of the world and the oppressive of everything. And so today, I'm just going to ask, again, I know it sounds like we're always like a telethon and we're asking you for your money. It is the last day of the month. We all are going to pay rent or mortgage or whatever tomorrow. We're also all facing an increase in our healthcare premiums tomorrow. We're all facing a rise in grocery prices. We're all facing a lot of shit right now. If you don't have the financial means to kick down a super chat or give us a couple of bucks in the Venmo or buy the book or sign up for the Substack, share the link. Please share the link to my book. Please share the link to Tara Buster's show. Share the link is free. That's free. All you have to do is say, my next paycheck, the first thing I'm buying is a full-on subscription to Tara Buster, and this amazing book, The Sound of Settling, a rock and roll love story, available now at TaraDublinRocks.com. So we have cats. Our cats love to eat. It's so weird. And they won't accept like, oh, you have to wait. Or is ramen okay? Because ramen's not okay for cats. It is about community and growing community and supporting community. If you are in our chat right now, or you're someone who's watching the show after the fact and you're on a social media app and I'm not following you back, go hit me up there and I will follow you back. We are growing community. Blue Sky, Instagram, Substack, Twitter. I keep my Facebook friends only. I need to have a place where it's just like me talking to my friends. Everywhere else, let's hang. Let's hang, let's talk, let's converse. Let's build community, and let's share the things that are really important to us, not just politically, but personally, because we still have livelihoods and they're not stealing our joy. So the things that are important to you, we should be promoting. The things that are important to me, but the things that are important to all Americans at the same time. Peace, love, harmony, success, being able to work a job and come home at the end of the day, living the social contract that we live here in Portland, which is, and this is something people said over and over again on all the news reports that I saw, around our peaceful protest from Sunday. Portland is a city of neighbors who take care of each other. That's what social media is supposed to be. That's what it was created for. To become neighbors, to take care of each other globally.
Yeah. Well, this is
That's
the problem.
not what has happened, obviously,
No,
and you
no.
can't police everybody. But what I am going to ask, and I'm as guilty of all of the anger and the whatever else, I'm trying very hard to dial that back and instead approach people at the human level at this point. And I also talked about this with Hal yesterday, and I think we've also touched about on this on our show. I'm asking questions now of the people.
Questions
who
of who?
troll us.
Maggots?
But the human ones. They don't respond and they move the goalpost, but I ask anyway. And I ask why they don't have more self-respect. Because Trump lies to them.
What do you what
has
kind of question is
repeated-
that, though? You think that's going to...
I think, no. Well, hear
Provoke.
me out.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not to provoke. Because you know that I am genuinely curious about what makes people tick. And that as a student of sociological study and a student of humanity, and I think what makes me who I am and a natural interviewer, because I'm naturally curious about other people. I want to know about them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's why we do what we do. I'm like really super curious. What makes you do what you do? What drives you? What motivates you? What's your passion? Like, why are you like this?
Mm-hmm.
And now I forgot why I was
You were
explaining
saying
myself.
that because I asked...
my questions, right. Okay, so people who have respect for themselves don't let people lie to them or treat them like shit or steal from them or abuse them. We don't let them do that. We care about ourselves and we love ourselves and we respect ourselves. Doesn't seem like MAGA has that very much because they let him lie to them over and over. And they embrace that lie. And until that lie, because that lie serves them, that lie comforts them, instead of, hurting them. When the lie is going to start hurting them now, they're going to start feeling it with the doubling of their insurance premiums and the raising of their grocery and rent prices and all of that. So
What
I asked
happened
them,
to the eggs?
honestly.
What about the eggs?
Oh, and right. What about
That's
the
all we
eggs
heard
and what about
about.
this and what about that?
Oh, Biden eggs. I wish we had our Biden eggs back.
And by the way, how much did you spend in groceries this week while Donald Trump is bragging about 24-karat gold in the Oval
It's
and
so
building
disgusting.
this fucking ballroom for
I
$200
mean,
million,
I'm
right?
fucking so sick
And
of
so
it.
what
Really. Yeah.
Right? And so my question is, why do you let Trump lie to you about the Epstein files? They don't want to believe he's lied to them about anything. There is a clear pattern of deception with the Epstein files. Clear pattern. Lie. Over and over and over. How do they release 30,000 pages of a hoax, right? They've released pages. How can it be a hoax? Obama didn't write it. Biden didn't write it. If Trump's not in them, why hasn't he released them? Those are all the questions. They don't like those questions. So the new line of questioning is, why don't you have any self-respect? Why do you let Trump lie to you? It's a valid question because he does. We see him lying to you. He called you stupid for pushing the Epstein files thing. Why did you let him call you stupid? They never answer that because they don't want to admit it.
Because he hates the same people they do. There's very sick people in this world, and this is the problem.
Though. He has nothing but contempt for them.
Yes, he does. And I've said it for years that
and that's why he keeps grifting them. He thinks they're stupid.
That's all they are.
He is the one
they are marks. The con man does not respect the marks. And I mean, they're selfish. These people.
They will slowly learn that.
And it's, the problem is they lack, and I've said it for years, they lack the fundamental maturity to function in a free democratic society. That's why they want the daddy to save them from the responsibilities of adulting, and that includes having to share a society with people that may be different than them, and they can't handle it because it takes a level of maturity to just mind your own fucking business too. That's why they go after trans people, and they're like up your ass about everything. They want you to be exactly as they are. Their world looks like Dorothy in Kansas, and they're happy with that.
There are people within MAGA fracturing from the Trump narrative regarding this issue. Now, I saw this for myself. It's real. A real, very big MAGA influencer account. Her name is the Patriotic Blonde, but it's like I don't remember what her name is. She's tweeting about the Constitution. She's saying what Trump is threatening to do in Portland is unconstitutional, un-American, illegal, violates all of the things, and other MAGA people are responding to her saying, you're not real like this. And she's like, no, what you don't understand is
you're cracking or cracking up, whatever you call it. It's
I'm on the Ethernet like I'm supposed to be.
I mean, you shouldn't.
Are we?
Are
we moving?
You were just breaking up a little bit.
Can we check
That's
in?
all.
Can we get chat?
Keep going. I have no control over it. Okay. It's just what it is.
All right.
I mean,
so what was I saying?
It's a fucking internet.
What was I saying? Oh, so this patriotic blonde. She was saying the real things about what the Constitution says, and she was saying that what Trump is trying to do in Portland is wrong. And it was amazing. It's amazing to see.
Well,
and so
good.
I quote tweeted her, and I was like, here's the common ground. Here's the common ground. We all have to agree that it's Constitution above person, one person. Constitution protects all of us. It's not about the one guy. And she was right. And I was like, thank you. And she did not respond to me. She doesn't have to, but I thanked her. I thanked her for telling the truth about what Trump is doing and how it's wrong. And I understand that I'm not going to reach everybody. And I know I'm not changing anybody's minds. But if we remain where the truth lives, we have that to stand on always. Always, always, always. That is the bedrock of what we stand on. The truth about the Constitution and the rule of law and how what's happening or what he's threatening to happen here in Portland can happen to any city. And so the other thing that I'm doing when the big MAGA influencers like, oh, Portland is on fire and it's a crater. I'm like, no, it really isn't. Why don't you come and visit? I'll be happy to show you around. You like darts? We can go play darts and get some. What's your favorite food? We got that here. or it's, actually, here's a picture of Portland today. Here's this. It's staying where the truth is so that people understand it's not scary. But by the way, if you are okay with the threat of troops on the ground in Portland, invite them to your city, in your shitty red state, where you're using our blue state money to survive. Why don't you do that? You think it's so great? Invite them to your town, fascist. Throw them a party. We don't need them here. We don't need them anywhere.
No,
We
but
don't
this is
need
about getting
no
people
state
used.
in the United States, in the blue state. Yeah.
Yes, but this is about people.
No state
them
should be a
getting
police state.
people used to seeing troops in the streets, like every other
Never. We
failed
will never normalize
fascist
that.
state. That's what they want, and
We're
they have
never
been.
gonna
And but
normalize
but
that.
it goes back to the Telecommunications Act and the divisive silos of information that the Republicans created for the American people that
Yeah.
told them that incessantly, because of these greed-centered scumbags that own them, that own the right wing and own the right wing message, like Rupert Murdoch and his ilk, that the American people are just too uppity. You're going to have to put them in their place by dividing
Right.
and conquering along racial lines. Tell them that their
Yep.
problems are because, someone's getting over somebody who's different, someone with different pigment is getting over, and tell them, point them in the different direction. That's why when they went after the New Deal, they started to increase the availability or make it easier for people to get credit, simple, easy credit, and which covered up the illusion, of prosperity to those who
Right.
used to be able to, make a decent middle class life with just one income in a family, and then it had to be two, and then it had to be, you got to put everything on a credit card, and now you're an indentured servant to the banks, and all the while, the rich are getting richer, and the working class are becoming the more malleable working poor, which is a category that no functioning democracy should tolerate. Working poor. But you hear it on the corporate media all the time. They normalize it. They say things like
Right.
the donor class. What are the donor class doing in this election? And not asking the question, what the F is a free, multiracial liberal democracy doing with a donor class? This is a 4-alarm fire that we have to address and get rid of the donor class legally and peacefully.
Yeah.
There should be no donor class. That's why we had a revolution, right? So, e pluribus unum and all. Not that we are
All that.
just the pawns or the peons, the plebeians for our betters, and this is what it's been. They have been very methodical and very cunning and sinister. It's all about dragging us back to the system. The founders fought a revolution to escape, and never forget that. For the Democrats have to run with that message, and because it's true, for God's sakes.
Right.
And I'm sick of it.
Right.
And but what they have done, putting troops in Portland, and you saw what he said at this.
They're not here yet, by the way.
But
They're
I
not here
mean,
yet.
with
Still fighting
talking,
it.
going on
Yeah.
about menacing the rest of the country, blue states, about the enemy from within at this military meeting with this
no.
draft dodging piece
Oh,
of
we
dirt.
didn't even have a chance to talk about that, and we're almost done. That was so fucking embarrassing. And the thing that I was afraid of, and I said this to you before we went on the air, I was afraid they were going to lock them in the room like Carrie at the prom, and they'll just like kill them all with like steroid
Right.
gas or something, so that they could just say, "We are now the only military." They're
Yeah.
trying to weaken our military on the global stage because Cadet Bone Spurs McShitty Pants can't handle the way
it's just
he's
they're the
deliberately trying to
weakest.
weaken our military.
Well, they are
And so-
weak, so they can't do anything else. Like Pete Hegseth saying, "Oh, we're going to make basic training traumatic again." As somebody who went through basic training, not like that piece of dirt, draft dodging, goddamn serial bankrupt con man pedo. Who his
He can't even
feeties
do
hurt.
one push-up.
It's all, I
Make-
mean, it's
make
basic
Trump
training
do
is not a
one push-up on
cakewalk.
camera.
So, but what they want to do is they want to abuse people. That's what he's saying.
Yep.
That's not training. It's abuse. They want the whole country traumatized. That's what they have
And
done
that
to this
is not
country.
okay.
It's disgusting.
Our government is not supposed to bully us or make us feel like shit.
Well, that's what they want. We all have
That's what Trump-
PTSD
That's
in this
Trump's
country.
whole life.
That's what they
Trump's
want.
whole life.
They-
He treats us like one of his kids.
They want us
He
as
hates us
damaged
all.
as they are. These are very damaged people. Never forget, they're damaged. They need
Never
help.
give it to 'em.
They need
Do not
to
give
get
that
help.
to them.
They need to go to
Do not give them.
but they need to go to a shrink and get help and have
They
massive
won't.
therapy and hit the batonka bat and scream about daddy, calling you
They
the
need,
F
you know what
word.
they need?
That's what they need,
need
but
Dr.
they
Jeff.
don't have
They need
the
Dr. Jeff Grammer.
they don't have the courage to do that because
don't.
they're weak.
They
They're
don't.
weak little baby
They are.
bitches. They really are. God.
They really are. Hey, friends, thank you so much for joining us today on the Tara Show. We will be back on Thursday. We are going to keep an eye on the looming government shutdown, the potential release of the Epstein files. Here in Portland, we're going to hold it down. My friends and I are going to go play some live music outside of the ICE facility. I think tomorrow we're going to get an upright bass and maybe make it look like just like Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas right outside of ICE. I don't know, but for today, push back with humor, embrace your humanity, lean into the ridiculousness that is MAGA and the bullshit that they try to get away with. My favorite thing right now, I'm making fun of this child person who's trying to make Portland look like a pit. He's like 12 or something, and he walks around with his camera, and he was at our protest on Sunday filming us. And I was like, I saw you, Pipsqueak. I saw you.
Who is
Because
it?
I was right. His name is Nick Shirley. Shirley. Nick Shirley. And like, he looks like he doesn't even have all of his adult teeth grown in yet. I don't know what's with these.
Shirley.
And I'll say this one last thing. Then there's this kid, Brylan Hollyhand, that they're grooming to replace Charlie
Oh,
Kirk.
no.
He also looks like he's about 11. And I tweeted about him today because I've seen him once or twice already. And I'm like, why did your parents name you after a 9-year-old girl? Because I hear the name Brylan, I think, oh, that's a 9-year-old girl who does rhythmic gymnastics. But it's this child who's flying around on a private jet with a giant Rolex on his wrist, pushing
Who is
the
he?
MAGA agenda. I don't know. He is apparently being groomed by Turning Point to replace Charlie Kirk.
Well, they just
Watch
have,
out.
Well, this is the thing.
Watch
It reminds
out.
me of when they had. It was around 2009. Back in the Obama days or whatever, when they had Jonathan Crone. Remember Jonathan Crone? He was a child at the time. He was. They were pushing him as some
Was he
kind
kid
of
president? Is
I
he
don't know if he was
president?
kid. I don't know, but he was a right.
Oh, I
he
love
was,
kid president.
No, he was this. He wrote a book that anyway, to make a long story short, he became the keynote speaker at CPAC. He was like a 12-year-old or 13-year-old, and they turned him into some kind of like wonderkind prodigy. But and of course it's just bullshit. All he did was repeat Rush Limbaugh's radio show, and he wrote a book, which of course was written with him and his father. But then, so later on, he grew up, and when he went, he ended up in, he went to college, and when he came out as a liberal in college, and he said that it was a scam. The whole thing was a scam. He just would listen to. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about. His father would play Rush Limbaugh, and when they were in the house, in the car, or whatever, and he just started parroting those talking points, and so they turned. This is what maggots do when they were called tea baggers, and they turned him into some prodigy when he was nothing but of the sort. I mean, everything is a fucking fraud. It's a scam.
Yeah.
And we don't hear about Jonathan
Don't
Crone.
fall
I
for it,
wonder.
you guys.
But I wonder what happened to him. I got to look him up. But it's just emblematic of what they are. And they put him at CPAC as if he was, like they're all listening to him and applauding as he's just regurgitating the hate and bullshit that he hears on right-wing radio and whatever. They're so easily played, these people.
Oh, they're so dumb. It's almost sad. You almost feel sorry for them because they can't have an authentic life. Anyway, we'll see you guys. We went low.
All right.
We went over.
Went
We'll see you guys on Thursday. Thank you,
See you
Jim. Thank you,
soon.
everybody, for being there. And make sure you do all of the following and supporting. We love you. Thank you. Thank you.
See you soon.